The BBC News at 6 with Jane Hill in the studio and Clive Myrie in Kyiv.
Tonight at 6, we're live in Ukraine as Russian troops are reported to have entered Kyiv's northern suburbs. The government calls on citizens to help defend the capital. Areas of the city came under a barrage of airstrikes and explosions overnight, damaging apartment blocks and cratering the streets. Large crowds of frightened people gather at Kyiv's railway station to try to flee the city. Video posted on social media shows Russian armored vehicles entering the capital as NATO condemns Russia's military action.
President Putin's decision to pursue his aggression against Ukraine is a terrible strategic mistake, for which Russia will pay a severe price for years to come.
As the fighting continues and damage is revealed, Ukraine's president says his people are alone in defending the country, while President Putin urges Ukrainians to turn on their own leaders. These are the lucky ones, the Ukrainians, now refugees who've escaped to safety in their thousands across the border with Poland.
I love my country. I want to go back, but we cannot stay safe over there.
And Paris is named as the new location for the Champions League final as Russia's decision to invade Ukraine sees it stripped of a number of major sporting events. We'll be reporting from across Ukraine and talking to our correspondents in Moscow, Beijing, Brussels and at Westminster.
And stay with us on BBC News for continuing coverage and analysis from our team of correspondents in the UK and around the world.
Good evening and welcome to a specially extended 6 o'clock news from the Ukrainian capital Kyiv, with some Russian troops now in the northern parts of the city. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky has urged the army to stand firm in the face of Russian aggression, saying the West has left his nation to fight on its own. And he's urging civilians to help defend the country. All men aged 18 to 60 could be called up to fight. Meanwhile, Vladimir Putin has appealed to the Ukrainian military to turn on their own government and seize power. Let's take a look at some of the key moments on day 2 of the Russian invasion. Well, Ukrainian officials say Russian troops have now entered the outskirts of Kyiv, closing in on the capital. They're possibly no more than 20 kilometers from the heart of the city. Overnight explosions could be heard. Exact figures are unknown, but there are reports of large numbers of Ukrainian military and civilian casualties and reports of hundreds of Russian military deaths. Streams of people in cars or on foot have been fleeing the fighting, heading for neighbouring countries including Poland and Romania. The UN Refugee Agency believes up to 5 million people are trying to leave. And there's fierce fighting reported right across the country, with Russian troops advancing from the north, the east and from Crimea in the south. But all eyes are on Kyiv here, where there have been firefights in a northern suburb as Ukrainian forces engage an advance party of Russian troops. The government here says 18,000 machine guns have been handed out to volunteers who want to defend the capital, while Russia claims it's taken control of the Hostomel airfield to the northwest of Kyiv, important for international cargo and a key military airbase. Well, in the first of our reports tonight, our correspondent Nick Beak looks at the latest developments on the day Kyiv came under attack.